Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, we take a look at what's next for the Bluegrass Army Depot after chemical weapons there were destroyed. And a new coal mine is approved for one site in East Tennessee.
And we are still tracking storms as they move across eastern Kentucky.
Dedicated to southern and eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. We've seen numerous showers and storms pop up this afternoon. Some have been severe with heavy rain, leading to a few advisories and warnings. First Alert meteorologist Megan Dusmal tells us where those storms are now. Megan.
Yeah, that's right. We're still watching as some storms are tracking across the region. Right now, we're seeing a heavy line of showers and thunderstorms moving across into that Kentucky-Virginia border. We did just have a severe thunderstorm warning that has expired. We'll continue to watch that as it continues to progress over the next couple of minutes. Here's a look at that storm system. Again, really focused on the Weeks-Barre area, same as we travel east of Colson. Again, continuing to travel to the east. Now, those temperatures across the United States are still relatively warm. We're seeing 70 degrees here in Hazard, so we're starting to see a cooling trend. For the most part, we're looking at a mixture of the upper 70s and low 80s. Warmest temperatures as you travel more towards the west where that rain has been cleared for quite some time now. Over the next 12 hours, we'll continue to see those temperatures dropping. By the time we're heading overnight, you can expect the upper 60s and low 70s. Steve.
All right, Megan, and welcome back from vacation. Thousands of chemical weapons were destroyed at the Bluegrass Army Depot in a project that started many years ago. The last weapon was destroyed 2 years ago, but the entire destruction project is ongoing and will not be finished until 2027. Questions have been raised about the future of the depot. Officials hosted a briefing today to discuss that. WYMT's Phil Pendleton breaks down what was said, including some information revealed about the depot that few people may know about.
Spanning across 14,000 acres, the Bluegrass Army Depot has been a fixture in Madison County since the 1940s.
Unfortunately, media and the community was more concerned about the chemicals for obvious reasons.
520 tons of mustard and nerve agents were destroyed, but some of the infrastructure remains. Some jobs associated with the weapons deconstruction process are still being phased out, with efforts underway to place them in other positions.
Our employees are our greatest asset. They are highly skilled, they're highly trained.
Some buildings will be torn down, but others could be used for other purposes, such as energetics.
In a nutshell, an energetic is what makes the bomb or bullet go. If you think of it in most simplest terms, gunpowder from the Wild Wild West, that made the bullet go.
The public perception might be that the chemical weapons were a large part, maybe the only part of what has gone on here at the depot for many years. But officials today said that actually it's a very small part of the overall function of the 14,000 acres of land that is the Bluegrass Army Depot. Weapons, munitions for U.S. Special Forces are stored and then shipped from here, many going overseas.
We've also shipped large amounts of munitions to Ukraine and to Israel on those ongoing conflicts.
Chemical defense equipment is also stored there, such as masks or detection gear. In Madison County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
The Kentucky Chemical Demilitarization Citizens Advisory Committee continues to meet. The public meetings are designed to inform about the latest goings-on within the project, and another meeting is set for September in Richmond. A strategy for Southwest Virginia's energy future is bringing a nuclear reactor to the state. Virginia's Department of Energy and project partners are moving forward with those plans. WYMT's Neely Green has an update.
Virginia officials plan to bring one of the nation's first nuclear reactors to Southwest Virginia. The advanced nuclear reactor will offer 24/7 carbon-free power and enhanced grid reliability. Having them in Southwest Virginia provides opportunities to meet the increasing demand for energy. One project partner is the University of Virginia at Wise. Chancellor Donna P. Henry wrote in a statement to WYMT, quote, "The college will be helping to develop workforce pathways research opportunities, and community engagement efforts to ensure that Southwest Virginia is prepared not just for technology, but for the long-term benefit it can bring, end quote. UVA at WISE and other project partners will aid in identifying potential sites, outlining infrastructure needs, estimating job creation, and establishing workforce and partnerships. In Wise County, Virginia, Neely Green, WYMT Mountain News.
And again, UVA WISE is just a partner in the study. The focus of the project is on execution, which is turning readiness into action and preparing the region to apply for private investment and federal support. A crash damaged a welcome sign this afternoon in downtown Hazard. Take a look. Hazard police say 2 vehicles crashed, leading to the sign being hit. One person was taken to Hazard ARH. One driver was charged with reckless driving. The welcome sign is only about 1 year old. In Logan County, West Virginia, a man is facing charges after a state fire marshal inspector says he was selling fireworks illegally. Nick Harvey was found to be selling illegal fireworks at a roadside display in Chapmanville. The fire marshal inspector says Harvey did not have the required permits and certificates that all vendors are required to have, and the site did not meet any safety requirements required by law. Harvey was given 4 citations as a result. Also in West Virginia, a new trial date is set for a man originally found guilty of murdering 4 of his family members. Gavin Smith was found guilty on all charges and received 3 life sentences for the crimes in 2022. But back in June, the West Virginia Supreme Court of Appeals issued an order vacating the convictions, allowing Smith to receive a new trial. A pretrial hearing is set for 10 a.m. on November 6th, and a new trial date is set for November 17th. A Menifee County woman is facing charges after police say she stole an ATV last year. Police say the incident happened in Elliott County. Members with the Menifee County Sheriff's Office teamed up with KSP to find the ATV. Deputies later arrested 46-year-old Jenny Lyons. She was charged with receiving stolen property. A day of relief for Crystal Rogers' family after prosecutors secured 2 more convictions in the case. Her boyfriend in July 2015, Brooks Houck, was found guilty of murder, and his employee, Joseph Lawson, found guilty of conspiracy to murder. Hundreds of people welcomed the Ballard family home yesterday, Crystal's maiden name prior to marriage. The Nelson County Sheriff says that kind of support has always been there in this case, but he's never seen anything quite like last night.
Do you believe that as well?
I believe so. I believe so. They got nothing else to lose. Nothing but room to gain. And when you have a spot to gain, maybe they'll show some remorse.
Now, that answer by the sheriff was in reference to Crystal Rogers' children, saying they believe they will find her body one day. Final sentencing for Houck and Lawson is set for August 21st. One woman is dead after a crash in Jefferson County. The crash happened at approximately 3:30 this afternoon on the Eastern Parkway in Louisville. Louisville Metro Police say one woman was heading east when they tried to make a left-hand turn and hit another woman heading west. The impact caused 2 cars to hit another vehicle. Police say a woman driving one vehicle died from her injuries at the hospital. Her name has still not been released. Also in Louisville, police continue to look for the suspect they believe was responsible for shooting and killing 2 women. 35-year-old LaBradford Jamar Ward is accused of killing Amia Cox and Sancha Simmons. The shooting happened early Monday morning at a home in Shively. Ward is wanted for murder and possession of a handgun by a convicted felon. He is considered armed and dangerous. A new coal mine is coming to East Tennessee. The federal government approved the mine on Bryson Mountain in Claiborne County. The U.S. Department of Interior says this will strengthen America's energy independence and create local jobs. The department says the mine will produce nearly 2 million tons of coal during the next 10 years. Hurricane Creek Mining is authorized to surface mine several coal seams on about 635 acres through different methods. Transportation cabinet officials say bridge deck repairs are set to begin soon on one Letcher County road. Starting Monday, crews will be working on the Gordon Bridge on Kentucky 160. The work will be at milepoint 1.83 to perform necessary bridge deck repairs. Officials say the bridge will remain closed for 1 week. while the work is happening. Now to update on a story we first told you about on Monday. Transportation Cabinet officials say crews will still work on Kentucky 946 at mile point 0.123 in Menifee County to replace a drain pipe, but work on that project will now begin on July 17th. Nearly 2,000 Kentucky law enforcement officers were approved for body armor through a program with the State Attorney General's office. Last year, the General Assembly dedicated $15 million to the AG's office to create the Body Armor Grant Program. Attorney General Russell Coleman says he hopes to expand the program to include shields, helmets, and other protective equipment. Summer camp is well underway at places like Boys and Girls Clubs, but the future of these programs is uncertain following recent funding freezes. U.S. Department of Education sent a notice saying it would be withholding $6 billion in grants. It wants to review whether that money aligns with President Trump's priorities. This has some organizers worried about the long-term impact.
It's probably going to increase and create even more stress on those working families.
If the money stays frozen, the YMCA says it could lose $170,000 this school year. There is no timeline on how long that review will take. The West Virginia Board of Education has a new president. According to the West Virginia Department of Education, L. Paul Hardesty was elected for that position. Hardesty formerly served as the West Virginia Board of Education's legislative liaison. Victor Gabriel was reelected as vice president and F. Scott Rotruck as secretary. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, the death toll continues to climb after catastrophic flash flooding in parts of Texas.
And I'll continue to track those chances for showers and storms coming up.